Hi guys, it's story time with Pop Pop again. Excuse my crazy hair. Can't get to the barbershop, but that doesn't mean we can't have some fun here today. Today I've chosen a book called A Stowaway on Noah's Ark. So let's get right to it. Once there lived a kindly old man who spoke to the sky. One day, the sky spoke back. "The people have become wicked," said a mighty voice. "I will send a great flood to wash the land clean. Build a great ark of cypress wood to shelter creatures both large and small. Choose 2 of each animal. This is the task I set before you." The old man obeyed. With the help of his wife, his 3 sons, and his sons' wives, he began building an enormous ark of sturdy timber. After many years, the giant vessel was finally finished. There's that old man. You guys know who he is, right? Noah. And there's that big giant boat. We call that Noah's Ark, right? Let's keep going. Then the old man gathered all the animals of the world together. He told them about the terrible flood that would cover the earth, and he began selecting 2 of every creature to join him on the ark, just as the voice commanded. Little Akbar was not chosen. 2 mice had already been picked for the voyage. In the dusty maze of hooves, paws, and general confusion, he had been overlooked. Meanwhile, hold on, let me show you that picture there, I guess. That's Noah and all the animals. And somewhere down in there is little Akbar, who didn't get chosen. Disappointed, Akbar watched as those who had been chosen formed a column, 2 by 2. When the lines of animals finally began to move, Akbar followed along out of curiosity. After many days of walking, he saw the ark for the first time, looming like a mountain in the distance. Akbar had never seen anything so big. He watched in wonder as the cargo of walking, crawling, and flying beasts slowly filled the ark. Meanwhile, the midday sun was growing dark. Akbar heard the low rumble of thunder, and it frightened him. A great storm was surely coming. Just as the old man had said, Akbar decided he would not be left behind. The old man was trying to get the animals aboard before the rain began. He was much too busy to notice when little Akbar slipped into the back of an ostrich and nestled among the bird's tail feathers. The soft feathers tickled Akbar's nose, but he had to be quiet and go unnoticed by the old man. Akbar had not been chosen. He was a stowaway. Once aboard, Akbar sneezed so hard that he tumbled out of the ostrich's tail feathers and onto the hard wooden floor. In a moment, he was up and running for cover. The air was filled with screeching of birds, the flapping of wings, barking and growling, and loud, terrifying roars. Scurrying across the deck, he darted under the shell of a huge tortoise that was dozing beside its mate. With all the creatures finally aboard, the old man and his sons pulled the wooden door shut against the coming downpour. Suddenly, a great shock of thunder shook the massive vessel, and the creatures all fell silent. The plip-plop of the first drops of rain could be heard striking the roof of the ark. The rain poured down day and night. Streams and rivers and oceans overflowed. The water rose above the treetops, finally covering the peaks of the highest mountains. Nothing could be seen above the terrible flood except the ark, pitching back and forth in the storm. The animals crowded close together inside the ark. Akbar was worried about being discovered by the old man, so he moved from place to place in search of a safe hiding spot. as the raging winds lashed the deck. Akbar hid high and dry, in the mane of a seasick lion. After 10 days of rain, he hid with a pair of storks in the nest of twigs. Still, the rain continued, day and night. After 20 days of lightning and thunder, Akbar tried tucking himself into a rhino's ear, but he wasn't there long. It was a very uncomfortable hiding place. After 30 days, while the downpour continued, he burrowed in the folds of a sheep's warm, bushy wool. It was a snug place to hide, but the ram grew annoyed, so Akbar had to move on. At last, the rain came to an end on the 41st day. The ark drifted over the silent world. Then one day, a great wind blew down from the sky, drying all that it touched. As the water slowly receded, the ark came to a rest on a lone peak rising out of the ocean. Akbar was excited. Forgetting to hide, he raced onto the deck. He leapt up under the railing and peeked over the side. Where once he had seen nothing but ocean, now a craggy mountaintop appeared below him, reaching deep into the waters. Akbar remembered he was a stowaway and scampered on top of a giraffe. The old man released a dove, which flew from the ark, rising into the sky. Akbar watched her go until she was just a white dot on the horizon, surrounded by water in every direction. The dove found no place to land. Water still covered the entire earth, except for the peak they had rested on. Exhausted, she finally returned to the ark. 7 days passed, and the dove was released again. All day long, the old man and his family and animals watched the sky and waited. At dusk, the dove finally returned with a sprig of fresh olive in her beak. The dove had found dry land. Surely it was only a matter of time before the water subsided completely. Soon the mountaintop beneath the ark appeared to rise as the water gradually receded. The animals sensed all that would be well. They bellowed and roared and cackled and crowed while the water slowly went down. Finally, the old man and his sons opened the doors and let down the gangplank. The creatures spilled out, covering the land in every direction. There was no reason for Akbar to hide any longer. He sniffed at the air. The earth had been washed clean. Just as he decided to follow a family of mice leaving the ark, he heard the old man's voice. "Go forth and prosper and lead righteous lives," he said to his sons and their wives. "We were blessed from the very beginning." At that moment, the sun lit the earth and a glorious rainbow appeared. Akbar paused and looked at the old man, then at the sky, and he was very happy. Then the little stowaway scurried down the mountainside to join the others in the brand new world. That's the story of Akbar, the little mouse that stowed away on the ark. I've enjoyed reading to you guys. I miss you, and I hope you're enjoying spending time with each other. And I'll talk to you again tomorrow.